welcome back. How are we all doing? You know, I was just thinking it's been a while since I've done a patch notes update, and I'm excited because it also means that it's a new season, and we all know how I feel about new seasons. I love them and they make me super excited. So first thing I do want to actually look at is they added the event hub here, which pops up the information when you're actually looking at, you can't see it at the moment, but it actually pops up their new, like if there's patch notes or changes they've made, it pops all of it up kind of in a nice neat spot. But first thing we're going to do is we're going to jump into an actual character here. All right, so looking at patch notes, we have the Horror of the Zone season. Horrors of the Zone. Something strange is happening in the zone. More and more stalkers are encountering new oddities, tales, and rumors about various weirdness filled at bar. Some blame anomalies or mutants, the other of the autumn madness. However, those who know the answer to the zone's mysterious understand the true cause of change, but can an ordinary person get close to the solution? They remain the same. So we have our new actual season rewards. So first thing I always like to look at here is if we go into the game, open up our beautiful Horrors of the Zone, and take a look what we get. Our talisman is our, I'm guessing talismans is our pieces this season. That's all great and dandy. Within the crate, we have the OTSM, the Rigel, the Carbach, and the SA-58. If you know me, I would love to get a chance to actually finish out, where is my pieces for that? I don't even know. I'd love to finish out the Carbach or the SA-58. That'd be super cool this season. I don't need another Rigel. I've pulled so many damn ones of those. Dude, there's 1,000. Oh, here's your event hub as well, which is really nice in-game. And your daily login has been moved to there. That's also in the patch notes, so you guys can see that. I'll have to look at all the other crap that they changed. I'm not super excited about the changes of artifacts because now my build is busted, but neither here nor there. The final reward is the shotgun, which I should have looked at it a little bit better, but the new shotgun looks interesting to say the least. So you do have a SR1 pistol, which it's always funny because I have all of these rewards already, plus the nut. It's always a fun time. Love that. So let's go take a look at the shotgun here. So 240 rounds per minute, 200 damage with a mag of 10. There is no extended to it. So, I mean, nice little shotgun to have for the people that don't have the AA-10 or anything, or AA-12, whatever it is. For the people that don't have that yet. The rest of the rewards are, I mean, you're pretty standard rewards overall. Nothing too serious. In the actual shop, though, for cases this season, we do have the Elbrus, Berloga, and CD4 on top of 545 drum, AK308 extended, Ergo 762x39, the HK. This one is new, the Kayatak M300, which I'm guessing is just like just a regular M300. 170 units of damage at 37 rate of fire, 7-round mag. And just your standard Picatinny rail on top to mount whatever you want. But a sniper in there is actually kind of cool. Love to see that. Everything else is pretty standard there. Nothing else too major. Some new cosmetics throughout the store. And that's pretty much about it. You do have your starter pack and things like that. So looking a little bit more into the actual patch notes, what in the world did we change this season? I say we as in I had no choice in this. We kind of covered all of those things. We have some new charms. You have the event hub we already talked about. New weaponry in the arsenal. The collection of weapons that the arsenal can upgrade have been expanded with the AUG-3, AK-12, HK-416. Upgrading them will cost 20,000 reputation, but we'll buff them to a... Wouldn't that take them technically to a red from... a purple? The AUG-3 is purple. The 416 is, yeah, so that's nice. That's kind of cool. Upgrading artifacts. This was a big one. Arsenic is expanding this field of activity. Also takes in attachments for upgrades. Currently, you can upgrade grips, silencer, muzzle brakes, and other attachments. Upgrade cost will cost 30,000 reputation. That's an absolute buttload. Arsenal assignments. Arsenal has started offering daily tasks for who's want to obtain Arsenal items with less financial investment. Here are the tasks. Shoot, have a look. You gain a random Arsenal weapon and you use it to eliminate a certain number of enemies. Once done, come back to Arsenal. Ammunition will be issued with this weapon. The weapon itself has a very limited durability amount. The weapon cannot be repaired or used in various game modes. Feed imp. You must gather an estimated amount of food for imp. What are you murmuring over there? You must find and destroy the murmur sigh installations. Dig deeper, brother. You must dig out caches in Labyrinth and Stillwater. Arsenal has been given his own voice so that everyone can hear his charming tone. Drossel, a part of Arsenal, has appeared in the zone. He's ready to help you with the arson reputation Drossel can found at faction bases. He requires specific items, which then he puts into packages for arson. Items preset require for trading are individual for each player and will require daily throughout the week. So just more daily stuff to log in and do. Change the selling items to Arsenal. The Arsenal item selling mechanics has been changed from now on. Every day, each player will receive a random set of items instead of a fixed set shared by everyone every day. I don't like that. I like being able to set up runs to have with people that you're like, hey, we're all going to go run and turn this in. Can we get a group together? Yep. And now it's like, oh, I need to do it. It is what it is. Reduce the number of players allowed to enter the Stillwater Borough from 2 to 2 instead of 5. Okay. Weather. Rework both visual and technical aspects of weather in the following locations. Radial North, Labyrinth, Layu, and Still. Made minor adjustments to weather in the South Zone, making it a bit darker and more ominous. Updated vegetation color grading across the entire zone to match an autumn atmosphere in the world. Fog is now dynamically adapting to the character's position, further enhancing the sense of immersion. Balance changes. Here are the key balance changes to the containers and artifact systems. Oh, this is the part that I'm not excited for. We reworked the system containers, backpacks, and artifacts, extending the barter branches from both compact and bulky, while backpacks have now full progression lines of their own. From now on, container effectiveness directly influences by the strength of the artifacts placed. Interesting. Barter branch changes and edits. So if you guys want to fully look at this, you can dive in. The patch notes will be in the top comment as always. Hive container got an internal, little bit of effectiveness and weight cut. So I'm curious on this part. Artifact. Due to the rebalance, is now possible to reclaim resources spent on certain artifacts. This is due to significant changes made to them. If an artifact is eligible for compensation, a Mal star will appear on them. Removing personalization, potential drop, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so they made some massive changes to the way that all of the different negatives, it looks like. So I'm curious at what they changed on an atom, or they must have just overall changed a lot of the actual, like this is going to change builds completely. So yeah, right here, radiation down to 1.2 instead of 1.6. By all of it dropped, like psi dropped almost half. Removed additional new minus bleeding, stamina, vitality. Having an anomaly high number of infection outputs, and is now container system. And the new leaving it as the way is not an option. Instead, it was given a vitality property. This is going to change builds completely. That kind of sucks. I'm not going to lie. I kind of liked where artifacts were at, but that's whatever. Changes to some of the actual consumables. You guys can deep dive that. I'm not too worried about those. Infections adjustments. Added a standard infection display outlay. Display debuffs applied by infections are now also as shown, so you can see kind of what your other ones are. Increase the number of exit points for Klondike. UPD was released later. Added will be released later, so just networking changes. Added movement speed penalty up to 5% from suppression. That's interesting. As seen improving the game experience, we introduced a partial character deletion mechanism. Now players will be able to cancel deletion of a character within 3 days if they change their mind. The recovery mechanism after a full deletion remains unchanged. Sites now feature switchable zoom functionality. So the ACOG from a 2.4 to a 1, the Vism to a 3.4 to a 1.5, the compensate optical sight 2.8 to 1.8, and the trapezoid from a 2.1 to 1.5. That's actually kind of cool. And then they changing sounds and models and then fixing some of the localization. So that is currently it. I will be probably doing a video at some point on trying to fix my build, because boy howdy is my build absolutely torched at this point. Like can I even put on my hive? Steam needs to figure its life out here. So yeah, I'm gonna have to spend some time on that. Otherwise, let's take a look at the actual backpack tree now. I'd be curious if there's a new backpack. So let's go look at backpack and pouches. So yeah, now it's very much a backpack and pouch. 66 inner 6 slots, 70 carrying weight. So we'll actually have some backpacks that might be usable for farming. Containers, we have a barrel one now. And, ooh, the SMC is now a craftable one. Interesting. And then the barrel container. And you still have the beluga and hive. Weird. I don't think there's been any other major changes within it. So for all, that's all we got. Until next time, stay frosty. We'll see you later.